Hey, what's up? My name is Schuyler. I'm the founder of Reach Fat Loss and Fitness, where our goal is to help you lose fat and build muscle without sucky dieting, without spending all your time tracking numbers, calories, macros, and without any torturous cardio. We make it extraordinarily easy, and what we're going to talk about today is information that has helped clients of mine drop fat, build muscle, and most importantly, feel confident that they're going to be able to keep the weight off long term. Before diving into it today, if this video helps you in any way, or if you're looking for more ways to simplify the process of losing fat, make sure you hit that subscribe button and that bell. We're putting out new videos every single week geared to help you get in the best shape of your life. Now, I am excited because 2023 is almost here, and if you're taking any time to plan out your year, one of the things you may be planning out are books you're going to read. And maybe you're not planning that out, and the reality is, if you do take the time to plan it out, set some goals for books you want to read, and even plan some fun things like trips you're going to take, massages you're going to get, basically just planning out as much as possible, the higher chance that you actually follow through and truly enjoy and succeed in your year. And so yes, this is a health channel, but wouldn't it be awesome to be able to level up your entire life? And to be honest, if you do level up your entire life, there's a good chance you're leveling up your health in the process. And so today we are talking about the 5 most impactful books that I have read that you should absolutely include in your list this year. Book number 1 is going to be PsychoCybernetics. Now, from the looks of this book, you can even tell this is by far the most marked up book that I have. I have sticky notes, I have underlines, I have folded pages, I have stars, I have so many things with this book because of how many times I've gone through it. To me, this has been the most effective book of understanding true transformation, understanding how to accomplish goals and also sustain the goals that you accomplish. It's written by a guy named Maxwell Maltz, who was a plastic surgeon back in the 1900s. And Maxwell wrote this book because he noticed that some of the people that he operated on and changed their physical appearance went on to live drastically different lives, while some of them ended up living the exact same life after the surgery. And so he found himself asking why that is, and what he discovered was the power of the subconscious mind. Now, as the quickest education that I can give you, we have 2 parts of our mind: the conscious mind, the subconscious mind. In every single moment, we are processing millions of pieces of data, but there's only a small percentage that we're actually conscious of. And so what Maxwell talks about is how to use the subconscious mind to your advantage to accomplish things and make it more possible and also easier to accomplish things. When I was reading this chapter after chapter, there were things that were just hitting home for me in terms of building confidence, in terms of operating better in social situations, in terms of just operating more motivated and more consistently. And so if you are going to pick one book this year, this has been the book for me, and it's one I absolutely recommend for you. The second book that I recommend you read this year is actually a little bit controversial, and it's a book called Outwitting the Devil by Napoleon Hill. Now, you may have heard of Napoleon Hill from his book Think and Grow Rich. He also wrote Success Through a Positive Mental Attitude, which is a great book, but this book has really stuck with me, and it's also one of those books that I've read through multiple times because it starts to get you to think about how you're playing in your life. Whether you're playing small, whether you're playing big, the things that can prevent you from playing small, how to play bigger. And it's a really interesting book because Napoleon, through this book, has a conversation with the devil. And there's some debate going on whether he was actually having this conversation or whether he wrote this from the perspective just to get people to understand how success and how failure works. But the conversation itself is extremely, extremely fascinating, and it does an awesome job of reminding you that you're going to have 2 voices in your mind. You're going to have the voice that's trying to pull you down, the one that's convincing you to take it easy, to take a break, it's just one drink, it's just smoking one time. And then you're also going to have the more empowering voice of, no, I know where this is going to lead me if I continue to do it. Of, no, I'm meant for more. No, I'm meant to play bigger. And as you read through this book and you read this conversation, you start to understand these pitfalls that people normally make, and you start to see how you can overcome them. And so from an enjoyment level, it's broken down in an interview format, so it's a very simple read, but it's also very inspiring and very easy to digest. And so especially if you've been on this crossroads of, I want to play bigger, but I have all these bad habits, I have all these things that are pulling my attention away, draining my energy, this is an awesome book that could potentially get you back on track. And that brings me to the next book in this series, number 3, and that is As A Man Thinketh by James Allen. Now, James Allen has put together a masterpiece of a book. As you can see, it's super digestible. I finished this book in a couple days, and if you really sat down and digested it, you could probably finish it in one day. But what James Allen covers in this book has the potential to absolutely change your life. And the idea behind this book is reinforcing the fact that our minds are going to take us wherever we want in life. That if we have poor thoughts, negative thoughts, stressful thoughts, detrimental thoughts, it will most likely lead to a negative, poor, detrimental life. But if we have empowering thoughts, positive thoughts, hopeful thoughts, that will lead us to a more successful life. And so he's able to break this down down in terms of career and finances, in terms of health, in terms of relationships. And while understanding how powerful the mind is one of the benefits of this book, it's also a re-energizer and re-motivator to start to tap into your thoughts more. I'm someone who's currently working through a social media addiction where every time I'm sitting and I have a second, I pick up my phone just to distract myself. Whereas I realize if I take those moments to maybe be a little bored, but consciously direct my mind in a positive direction, whether it's to gratitude, whether it's to excitement, whether it's visualizing my future, I know that that's going to benefit me more long term. And so what I've noticed is that the few times after I've read this, I've been more inspired to control my mind, to be very aware of where my thoughts go, because I know how much it's going to affect me. So whether you find yourself just an avid overthinker, whether you find yourself mindlessly going through your life, or you find yourself pretty positive with your thoughts, but sometimes just unconscious of where your mind's going, this is an awesome read for 2023. Before we move on to book number 4, I would love if you could leave me a comment. What is the most impactful book that you have read in your life? I would love book recommendations, and I would absolutely love to hear from you. Okay, so the next 2 books are actually more in terms of the physical side of living. As you know, this is a health channel. I truly believe in the power of taking care of your health. And while everything does begin in the mind, you still have to make sure you treat your body right in order to get the most out of those physical and mental benefits. And so the next book I'm going to recommend, which absolutely changed my life, was the book Sleep Smarter by Shawn Stevenson. Now, Shawn Stevenson is an incredible author. Not only is he able to take dense scientific information and simplify it, but he also does so in a very witty and entertaining way, using analogies, stories, things to keep you hooked so you're not just reading like a boring textbook. Shawn Stevenson is also the host of what I believe is currently the #1 rated health podcast, which is the Model Health Show. But in this book, not only does he do an amazing job laying out exactly how important sleep is for your physical health, your mental health, and much more, but he also goes into very simple strategies to actually improve the quality of your sleep. I think a lot of times people forget that it's not just sleep length that matters, but also sleep quality. Even if you sleep for 8 hours a night, if you're spending most of your night in the lighter levels of sleep, you're not going to get the restorative, recovering benefits that you would as if you were going into a stage 3 or stage 4 deep sleep. And so after reading this book, I was super inspired to take care of my sleep. I started creating new sleep routines, and we all know if you have a bad night of sleep, you don't feel good. If you have a great night of sleep, you wake up and everything is just a little bit better. And so this is really the manual of how to achieve that high quality sleep. And then the final book that I recommend you read this year is also in the health arena, and surprise, it's also by Shawn Stevenson, and it is the book Eat Smarter. Now, sleep is great, and we know exercise is great, but one of the most important things for your weight, for your health, for your energy, for all the things that truly allow you to operate in a positive, energetic way is the food you eat. And so Eat Smarter is actually very similar to Sleep Smarter in terms of not only does it go into how the food you eat is actually affecting you, how important it is to live a happy, healthy, successful life, but it also goes into very simple strategies of how to be healthier. And like I said with the other book, Shawn does a great job at taking dense information that might normally be boring and turning it into something that's truly enjoyable to read, that makes you laugh. That doesn't make it like a boring textbook or a boring lesson on nutrition. And so as someone who's studied a lot about nutrition, who's read plenty of books, this by far has been the most comprehensive book that I've read, and it's also definitely up there in terms of books I've enjoyed to read. So those are my 5 books for 2023. You know, we're entering this year soon, and I'm so excited for it. And one thing I've realized is that a lot of people, no matter how much they read, how much they learn, sometimes it's very difficult to take things from books and integrate it, to take information and to actually put it into practice in your life. And so if you are getting excited about 2023 and your health journey, but maybe you're a little nervous because you're not sure if you're going to follow through once again, or maybe you've done this so many times and you're not really sure if you're even capable of doing this, I want to invite you to check the link in the description of this video. Click that link and we've got a free training that lays out our strategic fat loss plan. I've been around the block a lot of times. I've learned so much about psychology, about nutrition, exercise, sleep, and out of all the different ways to lose fat and feel your best, I really do believe I have found the best plan in terms of simplicity, in terms of ease, and also in terms of effectiveness and sustainability. And so check out that training. That's going to lay out absolutely everything for you that you need to know. But as a reminder, we're putting out new content every single week geared to get you in the best shape of your life. So if you are not subscribed to the channel, make sure you tap subscribe. If this video helped you in any way, make sure you leave a like. And as I mentioned before, if there's just a book out there that's been super impactful for you or something that's truly helped you, I'd love if you could also leave me a comment letting me know what that book is. But 2023 is coming. Nothing's stopping it. Doesn't matter whether it's going to be a good year or a bad year. It's going to be a year. It's going to come. So you might as well prepare yourself as best as you can. And so with that being said, let's crush this year. And of course, as always, make sure to eat smart, move more, sleep deep, and be grateful for this moment. I'll see you in the next video.